guys, it's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review, and today we're doing something a little different. We generally review wrestling figures on this channel, but so this is a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of a crossover. We're taking a look at the newest DC Multiverse figure from Mcfarlane. We got both versions of Black Adam, The Rock, and his newest blockbuster coming out this fall. We saw the images of this figure. I mean, both these figures, and the head scan looked phenomenal in those proto images. I was blown away. I was like, I absolutely need them. I couldn't decide which one I wanted. I really only wanted one for my collection, but I couldn't decide. I know the cloak looks badass, but the head scan, again, looked really good, so I wasn't sure if I wanted to cover it up. So I said the hell with it, let me get both. And, I'm a huge Rock fan, so I figured this would be perfect to compare with some of the Mattel Elites and Ultimates that we've done over the years. But you can take a look at the figure in the packaging. You get the DC Multiverse on the front, the Black Adam DC logo, nameplate on the bottom here. You can see on the top, it also has the Black Adam logo. Take a look at the side. Just another nameplate, DC Multiverse. Flipping over to the other side, you'll see that there are two different versions. You have just the Black Adam and the Black Adam with the cloak. And look at this on the back. These beautiful images of The Rock as the character Black Adam. I'm very excited for this film. I cannot wait to get these out of the package, and we will come back and do that. All right, so here we have both Black Adam figures out of their packaging. And as far as their accessories go, they are a little light, but I didn't want to make this point. I feel like in the world we're living in today with inflation, Marvel Legends in my local store are like $24.99, $25.99. WWE Elites are up to $21.99 in Target, $22.99 on Amazon. Basics are up to $11.99. Hell, even Ultimate Edition figures are up to $32.99. It's just insane. I will say that Mcfarlane is one of the few lines that have yet to increase their price. They are still at $19.99 retail, and that's exactly what I paid for these two figures. So while we're going to sit here and say their accessories are a little light, let's keep that in mind. They're ones who haven't quite raised their prices yet. I'm sure that's probably coming, just unfortunately the world we're in today. But jumping into the accessories, you do get your traditional two black DC stands. To me, as an adult collector, I feel like these are necessary for your collection. Just really makes them look a little more premium, and you don't have that issue where they're toppling over each other. Yes, the stands do take up more display space on your shelf, but I mean, getting into this figures, I think they are absolutely needed, especially ones that have a little more size and weight to it. So I do love the stands. That does come with your pretty much all your traditional DC Mcfarlane figures, as well as two trading cards. So this is the one that came with the cloak version. You can see on the bottom, this is Black Adam cloak. This is the one that came without the cloak. They're pretty much the images on the back of the box. They do look really nice. If you guys want to read the little bio on the back, again, I am not a huge Black Adam connoisseur. I know somewhat of the character. He's a little bit of an anti-hero, a villain in some senses, but definitely a first take on it with a Rock, and that is going to be great. Additionally, this version without the cloak does come with these lightning effects that go into his hands. We'll definitely try them on both to see how that goes. But let's look at the figures, and we're going to start off with the one without the cloak first. So when I first saw the images of this, the ones that Mcfarlane released, it was him with this like action pose, looked like he was flying or something. The scan looked phenomenal, and then we actually saw images that kind of, I don't know, leaked or someone got them earlier, and the head scan just didn't look that good. I don't know, so I was a little on the fence to even order these. I was originally very excited. Then I saw the in-hand image, like, oh, that doesn't look anything near what we originally saw, but bringing them in close, I'm happy to report this head scan is pretty damn good. That is one of the best likenesses to The Rock that we have ever seen from any toy company. You can see that they've captured the expression perfectly. The Rock's ready to lay the smackdown on some candy ass, and you can see it in his face. Looks very serious. I mean, you look at it from the side. Looks like he's smelling the crowd. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. I'm a huge Rock fan, so this was kind of a must for me. Again, I feel like DC films itself, just to give my opinion, some of them have been pretty good, like the most recent Batman I did enjoy, but I just feel like they're nowhere near as entertaining as the Marvel films. I know certain people are going to have their preference. That's just my opinion, so I'm not knocking anyone's taste here. Just how I feel. So I'm excited for this movie, and especially a different character we haven't really seen a lot on the big screen. So hopefully he can elevate it to the next level. But looking at the figure, you get the Lightning Bolt logo on the front. It is a little bit, does have a little bit of an overhang here. If you guys do notice, that does come off the costume, but some nice detailing on it. You see, it's like a kind of a matte black, I want to say. You can see some nice texturing in here, some nice little sculpts. the attire on the arms. Look at these gauntlets with the gold. Got the, I don't know what these are on his hands, but some kind of mold on his hands. Does look great. I don't know what you want to call it. Continuing on the other side, a little like faded too, like it's got some wear to it. I really do like how that looks. You can see the belt on the figure, same kind of wear. It just looks really nice. I do like the little details on this. Looking all around, you can see the details even on the back. That looks pretty sick, man. And I have a few Mcfarlane figures. I'm not the biggest collector. You know, I'm mainly a WWE collector. But, you know, if there are some figures that pique my interest, I do grab them. I do collect Marvel Legends as well. And a ton of NECA. Look at the boots, man. I really do like that. I absolutely love this gold finish. It looks like a dirty, weathered, like, battle-worn gold. It looks really nice. And if articulation-wise, you know, Mcfarlane is not the worst, but I feel, you know, I'm not crazy about the pins on arms. I feel like most of the companies have gone to that pinless system. I feel like they're a little behind on that end, but the figure doesn't look too bad. You do have double jointed elbows. That kind of gappage, that looks a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. He does have a little bit of a butterfly joint there. Not much of it articulation-wise going back, but it is hidden, looks nice, does give him a little more posability to get some nice action shots if you wanted to see how far back the arms kind of go. Again, double jointed elbows. You do get the little cut of the diaphragm here. A little waist movement as well, so not bad, actually. The leg kicks up about that much. You do have double jointed knees. Going down, there is no thigh cut, there is no boot cut. The foot goes up and down. You do get toe articulation. There is no ankle rocker. Oh, there is, sorry. Again, not the biggest when it comes to articulation. You can see, is there a boot cut, man? Looks like there's a cut here, but no, I'm going to say no. No boot cut. You can do the splits pretty well, surprisingly. Looks pretty damn good. Not much range of motion in the back, so I do like the articulation on this figure. I will say the figure itself feels very, like, heavy in hand. And that's not a bad thing. It just feels like a solid figure. So that's where I feel like these stands are definitely going to come in handy, because this figure's got some weight to it. And if you think this figure's got some weight to it, wait till you see the Cloak version, because I had a little bit of trouble getting him to stand on his own. So if he does topple over this during this video, I do apologize. But there goes the other one. See? A little bit of size to it, but not so much with this one. But this Cloak version, he's got some weight to him, man. I wish you guys could feel it. But taking a look at the scan, this is molded, so I don't think this can really come off. It is molded onto the chest, it looks like. So this is not a removable cape. It is meant to stand, but my God, it's got, look at how thick that is. It adds so much weight to this figure. I feel like it's really risky for you guys to kind of put him on your display shelf without a stand, because he's definitely going to topple over and he's going to take a lot of shit with him when he goes down. If you guys ever wake up in the morning, you see your figures on the floor, one guy just knocked them all down. This is the bowling ball that will take all the pins down. He does have a lot of weight to him. I do want to stress that. But the attire is very similar. He does have the same lightning bolt, does seem to hang over a little bit. You can see different color variations in the gauntlet. Doesn't have as much gold. And I want to point out the hands actually are open versus the fisted hands. You can see the color on the black and kind of like matte color is the same too. The boots, again, more weathered. They are black. There's like a little hint of gold. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. Again, attire looks very similar, minus the color variations. Same kind of molding and lines on the back here. And I don't even know if I want to mess with the articulation on this. I will say his waist feels a little loose. Hopefully that's just mine. Again, I didn't go over the hand articulation. The hands actually do go up and down. There is rotation over there as well. Got a bicep cut too. So, I mean, articulation-wise, I do like it for a figure that's at $19.99. And this figure just looks so menacing with that cloak. It just, I thought, again, I couldn't decide which one I wanted for my collection. And I am glad I picked up both. Let's put the Rock or Black Adam on the back. And let's throw on these hand accessories. Let's see how this looks. So again, they do pour it on pretty nicely, we'll say. Seems like that will stay on your figure. Just kind of wrap it around here, plug it in. Get that a little better. I guess that's how it's supposed to go. This one seems to have a little bit more of like a wrist kind of lock to it. That'll sit pretty easy. I guess that works too. If you want to see what the effects look like on the figure, that does look great. Let's actually try it on the cloaked version too. I feel like that would look more badass on this figure, if you ask me. Throwing them on. See if we can get this in a nice quick pose. That looks pretty badass. Wow, that looks really sick. I do like how that looks. We'll figure out how this is going to go on my display shelf. But anyways, I want to come back and do a ton of comparisons. Moving on to some comparisons, if you want to see what your Black Adam figure looks like next to some other DC Mcfarlane action figures, you can see on the left we have the Henry Cavill Superman, and on the right we have the Rob Pattinson Batman. Next up, a few of my favorite released Mcfarlane figures. From the 3 Joker series, we have the Joker, and we also have Batman. And for you Marvel Legends collectors out there, the DC Mcfarlane line is obviously based on a bigger scale, more of a 7-inch, 8-inch figure line. You can see we have the Marvel Legends Wolverine. On the right, we have a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. For you WWE Mattel collectors out there, I'm sure you're just as curious as I am to see how the newest Black Adam figure stacks up versus some Mattel Rock Ultimate and Elite figures. So on the left, this is just an Ultimate Edition Rock. It does have the entrance gear on. He does have the smiling scan. Is the same figure as the one right here. This is another Ultimate Edition. He's got the more serious head. And here's an older one. This is a WrestleMania Toys R Us exclusive Rock figure. And you can see the size and the scale, obviously, is a little bigger with the Mcfarlane. But let's bring them all up real close. Because when I first saw the images, again, of this head, I was blown away. Then I saw the other images. Like, you know what? Mattel, I'm sorry, they just do it better. It's going to be way better than Mcfarlane, but bringing them all side by side, that's pretty crazy. I'm going to say the Mcfarlane figure really does blow them out of the water. Look at the Rock head scans. Unfortunately, you can see the skin tone on the Mcfarlane figure does not match the Mattel. So if you did want to do a head swap or something, I don't even know if the parts are compatible, if they're on the ball joint or what. It just wouldn't look right. You can see this is definitely a lighter complexion than what Mattel is giving us. And these two heads I'm going to say are the most similar. You can see more of a straight face. He's got the people's eyebrow going here. More of the smiling scans on the other ones. I do think I like the DC head a lot better. And I know this is a little tougher to see, but I did want to bring the cloaked version up real close so you can get a better view of them side by side. But getting all the other Rock figures out of the way, I wanted to do a straight comparison with the newest Black Adam figure versus probably Mattel's best version of the current day modern Rock, the Ultimate Edition figure here on the right. You can see, obviously, the Mcfarlane is bigger in size, definitely a lot taller. It's got a little more girth to it also. The figure itself also does feel a lot heavier than the Mattel version. Bringing in the scans one more time, you can get a nice close-up look. The skin tone, obviously, is also very different. But I just kind of wanted to show some different scales from different angles just to show the size of the figures as well and give you an idea if you are new to the Mcfarlane figure line. Before we wrap up here, if you guys haven't already, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. For you guys new to the channel, thank you so much for checking out this video review. I hope you guys have enjoyed and will stick around for more future reviews coming up down the road. As far as these 2 Black Adam figures go, I highly recommend them. I'm a huge fan of The Rock. I'm sure a lot of the people who watch my videos and my reviews are big WWE collectors and are kind of curious whether they should, you know, go out there and spend their hard-earned money on something other than WWE Mattel action figures. And I say go for it. Again, something that'll look very toyetic in your display. If you have a Rock collection, this is definitely a must for you. Again, I said I'm a huge Rock fan, so I needed this. And I think they will look great side by side with your Mattel Ultimate Edition and Elite figures. Again, the accessories are a little light. I wish we could have at least got some interchangeable hands, but it is what it is. You know, they do have a little bit of their differences and similarities in the gear. So based on preference, I think I actually like the uncloaked version best. And I want to say this looks very menacing. I really do like the look of it. I'm not downplaying it at all. I don't really care for the weight of this coat. And I'm telling you, when you buy it and take it out of the box, you'll feel the weight to that cloak. And I just feel like that's going to be a problem for my display as I have them lined up side by side. Luckily, again, they come with these stands, so that will definitely help. But, you know, it does really cover the best feature of the figure, and that's the head. You really don't get to see too much of this beautiful rock scan, and that's why I kind of like this version a little better. You get to see the nice kind of lightning bolt on the front. You see all the nice sculpted design in the gear. Doesn't seem to be too covered as it is with the cloak version, and you get these also lightning effects as well. Again, both figures are great, and it's a slight edge. It's not like I'm really favoring this one a lot more than the other. I really do like them both, but if you had to buy only one, this is the version I would go with. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video review, and I'll catch you on the next one.